Ready? Stand by. Beep. Stand by. Beep. Ready? Stand by. Beep. Computer ready? Beep.
Alright, welcome to another episode of Slide Bite. Today we're going to be taking a look at a pretty good beginner's rifle, the KWA LM4 series of rifles. This one is a lightweight version, but they all act mostly the same from what I heard. So I'd like to, as usual, give a huge thank you to Airsoft Extreme for letting me do some shooting at their field and get some pretty cool footage for that. They have 4 stores all across California. So once this entire thing blows over, go ahead and give them a quick look. Who knows? Maybe you might find your next rifle there. And I'd also like to thank Weapons Grade Waifus for the sick anime style of patches that you see on my loadouts. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just think their patches are pretty cool. So with that out of the way, the KWA LM4 it's a pretty decent rifle for what they're asking. But before we go into that, let's do a quick overview and field strip on this rifle and just see what this thing has to offer. Alright, so we have the LM4 out on the table. So let's just do a quick overview of the rifle here. So start off with trades. There's nothing really interesting to talk about except maybe the KWA logo here. They also have a manufacturer in Taiwan, and the handguard has a LM4 RAS, I guess, markings there. There's also a serial number, and that's pretty much it. Other side of the rifle, there's nothing else to really write home about. On this handguard, they do have like positions where you can see where they marked clearly, which I guess is pretty nice. So if you're building a, I guess, SOP mod clone or whatever, it's all right. So with trades out of the way, let's go over into how do you operate these type of rifles, or sorry. What I mean is, how do you operate them? They're just like any other AR style of rifle. So you have your bolt release here, you have your safety here. You have 2 positions: fire, semi, and full auto alongside your safe. You also have your stock here. This is a regular M4 style of stock. It does have 6 positions for different lengths of pull. Regular A2 style of pistol grip. And then you have your charging handle right here. So you just pull on this little tab and you can operate the bolt there. Other side, there's the magazine release right here. You have your dust cover. Dust cover on this one pops off quite easily, so if I just like slightly touch it, yeah, it's meant to do that, so ain't no shame in that. But on this side, it's just kind of flat, boring. You can put, I guess, color or different type of markings there if you want it afterwards, but that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and take the magazine out and we'll quickly go over that. The KWA LM4 mags, or M4 style of mags, carry 30 rounds as standard. Carry quite a bit of gas just from holding it. This one is a full magazine, so, well, with no BBs. It's generally good habit to keep a little bit of gas in your mags to retain seals on O-rings. So with magazine's done. Let's go ahead and quickly field strip this. So field stripping this is just like any other style of AR. There are 2 pins that you can push, but for the sake of field stripping, we're only going to be doing the rear one. So I'm going to take my handy dandy pin and just push there. We just got to be careful. I don't want this to slip. There we go. Push that in. Then you can just grab onto it and pull out. This is captive, so you don't have to worry about losing it. Most ARs usually like that. So it's a nice little feature. So once you have that pulled out, hold on to the upper, hold on to the stock, and just break it open like that. So now that we're in the guts of it, I'm going to just continue to field strip it. Pull the charging handle just a little bit out. And then once you hear that click, pull the bolt carrier out. It's a nice silver finish on that one. And then you have your charging handle. And that's pretty much your field stripped LM4. I could go a little further and pull the buffer tube out. I'm not going to do that because I don't want this to fly out and then I have to go search for it. But to take it out, you just have to push down on that little pin there, and this will come springing out at you. You can tell on this buffer, you can see on this buffer pad it's a bit bumpy, but it's not much of an issue until we put it back together. So we'll go into that in just a sec. For adjusting hop up on these guns, the hop up is right at the bottom. So you got to adjust that with an Allen key. And that's pretty much it. This is your field stripped AR. So once you pull all this stuff out, you can clean the barrel, clean the upper, oil it, that sort of thing. These are pretty easy to take apart compared to some of the other stuff that I'm going to be field stripping in the future. So it's elegant in its simplicity. That's all I'm going to say. So with that all field stripped, I'm going to just quickly put it back together. So I'm going to just quickly put the charging handle in, put the bolt in, make sure the bolt is nice and lined up. I'm going to just pull that out a little more. There we go. Once you hear that click, it's all the way in, and just kind of push it in like that. What I was going to say is if you're doing this slowly, that bump is going to get stuck there, so just kind of quickly put it in. Doesn't damage it. And then just push the rear captive pin back in until you can see it. And there you go. That is your field stripped LM4 and your LM4 in general. It's got a pretty nice bolt in there, so this one's been really well maintained. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the overview of the KWA LM4. We're gonna take this over to performance and handling. All right, so now that we have taken a quick look at the rifle, how does it handle? Well, it handles just fine, perfectly normal. Especially if you are coming from AEGs or guns
Beep.
and you want a gas blowback. This will handle just like any AR that you've seen or held or fired. Well, I wouldn't say fired. We'll get into that. And it feels like home. For AK people, yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with this. Like I said in my overview, it's elegant in its simplicity. So you can definitely customize the living hell out of these rifles, and you're well within your right to do it to these. But I can see how these would be pretty simple guns to most people. But for starters, or people getting into airsoft, these are excellent starter gas blowback rifles. You're getting decent efficiency out of them, so you can get them to mag dump at least once, maybe twice, depending on how warm the weather is where you live. Field stripping them, like I showed you, very easy. These are very easy guns to maintain. All you just gotta do is just oil them after you're done having fun. And that's pretty much it in terms of performance and handling. There's no real other quirks or flaws that I know about. I could nitpick about the receivers. The build quality on them, while are completely decent, but these upper and lower receivers tend to wiggle just a little bit, and you can actually feel it when you buy one. I don't know if that is a consistent issue with KWA or it's just this rifle, but just keep an eye out for that. And that's pretty much it on this rifle. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am doing a 100 subscriber special, so what does that mean? 100 subscribers, I will review a airsoft gun of your guys' choice in a maid outfit. So I will be doing shooting drills in a tactical maid outfit. So if that sounds interesting, you know what to do. If anything, I just hope that you guys found this review helpful. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. I'm always looking at the comment section, so you can always feel free to chat with me. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next slide bite or whatever I post out. Take care.